number 3.
So we are group 3. I'm Rubina.
Francis.
Mustafiz.
Subhan. Wadu.
So our topic was on place, and we have sort of given the directives based on the dimensions of place. I would like to request Mustafiz to sort of give an explanation.
Thank you, Rebecca. Good morning, everybody. Basically, our subject topic was distribution mode and place for Siyb training. Okay, so there are actually two segments. First one is the distribution mode. So actually, we are trying to cover here the border distribution mode in general. Okay, so in Siyb training, we need to maintain the close or direct contact with the participants. So that's why it is good to provide a direct or the traditional facilitation method, which is the classroom training or direct contact with the participants. Okay, so in this case we look to add that distance learning or learning through internet is actually discouraged here, because in that case we might lose the contacts with the trainings, and we cannot have a direct access to them. Okay, and also it is important to go to the field to deliver the training. Sometimes the participants, they have difficulties to move around. They are actually either working people or live in a different places. So it is better or good practice to go to the place or field where the training will be conducted, or towards the target group. It's difficult to move a whole bunch of groups to another place. It's a bit easier to move the trainers or provide a facility of a training program. Okay, so that was our one aspect, and the other aspect was that choose a particular venue. So to provide a training, especially in a traditional method, that we need a venue, or we have to select a venue. And especially for Siyb training, we have some guidelines to choosing a venue. For example, yeah, sure. I'd like to invite Francis to describe the venue.
The venue is very important. Like when we selected this venue, out of all the venues, we have access and facilities to do that. Especially with Siyb, because as Mustafa said, people have to travel from long distances. So it should be accessible and it should be convenient. So the first one is venue is, largely determined by the distribution method. If you are going to do it in a classroom setting rather than through distance learning, then it should have all the facilities. It's not a small room where you cannot do group work. As you can see, it's break up groups, so it's important. The functionality of the place, access to food, and and sometimes you have to provide accommodation. It's going to be residential, so accessibility is important. Functionality and convenience for the trainees. That is the important, because we are dealing with people at very lower level, these entrepreneurs. So we need to make them comfortable. It's a very, as it's a very long program. Normally it's done residential, so we have to consider that. And size of the training room, which I have already said, it should have enough room to break up work, so that people feel comfortable moving around. And the layout of the training room. It's all as a trainer you got to work out. Have enough number of whiteboards, all training materials, and the layout. It's not just you cannot come in the morning and say, okay, we have this training. So we have to pre-plan, because different activities need different. So I think we have covered that.
Hotel and restaurant, so you can be easily the food from. This is the layout of the journey.
No, thank you. I think it's already covered. So can we have any questions?
Is there any question?
I think one point Mr. Mohan told us that delivery is also included.
Access to internet, distance learning,
distribution,
modern technology.
Distribution we meant delivery method. Basically, that's what covered the distribution mode. Distribution in a sense like the delivery mode, like this is like face to face or physically. Okay, not throughout the internet or distance learning facilities.
Distribution is also the places of training room.
So if we consider that
This is also
yes,
distribution. The places of participants.
no,
That's it.
Any comments?
thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Rakib to details about promotion. Mr. Rakib. How to promote the essential training to the customers?
And that's the teacher promote.
To promote the essential training to the customers, there are two processes. One is inform the targeted customers. The second one is to attract the targeted customers to buy the product and services of SIB training. SYB training focus on effective communication, and to effective communication determine the four conditions. And so there are the create interest, right channel, and the right the mode, and this right tool, communication tools. What is that? And the first one is first condition is to ensure that customer take an interest in promotional messages that can benefit from the training. And the customers, so that the customer think that there is a huge demand with training in the field. And the second one is find the right communication channels to catch the customers. And as we will work with the small scale entrepreneurs, so we have to choose the right communication channels so that information or messages can be accessible to the everyone. And the third one is to identify the preferred communication code of customers. And communication code is the language we are using to formulate the message, and we work with small scale entrepreneur. So message will be short, concise, and straightforward, so that they can understand easily. And the fourth one is that to choose the communication tools commonly known by the customers. And we have to choose the commonly known communication tools so that the small scale entrepreneurs can be known very easily in the to communication tools like the poster, brochure, and computer animation or video, so that they can understand the communication tools, and so our message can be accessible to the small scale entrepreneurs. And thank you. That's all.
Okay.
Thank you. So, how to promote these SYB training packages? There's a two way we can find the target group. One is the direct customers, the direct entrepreneurs, and the sponsors who will sponsor the training program. Now, in the training program, we have to have the trainings, the sustainability. The training should be sustained so that everyone get benefited. It must be cost efficiency. I mean, the cost efficient, the training, the whole package and things, everything should be affordable to others. The training impact, and when I finish my training, what is the impact comes from the clients. It has to be also thinking. And the most important thing in our situation, whether this training module can alleviate the poverty, because we are all in the poverty level. So this is very important. And the gender sensitivity. However, in our country, all the gender things are not so critical. I mean, the women are always participated along with the men. And finally, this entrepreneurship. I mean, the SYB program could be a small one, or it could be a bigger one. Like if we can develop the technical skills to the entrepreneurs, so that the entrepreneurs can be developed very quickly. So I'm now handing over to Fetal for summary. Thank you.
Just to summarize the whole thing, what we have learned from these 2 pages, we have identified that promotion is very much important, and we have also identified that it's all about creating interest, attention, desire, and action to the customer's mind. And you have to understand your customers in a way so that you can adapt according to the changing situations. Very important thing, like all of our customers or audience are now in Bangladeshi. So may I say a few words in Bangla? How are you? কেমন আছেন আপনারা? আরেকটু জোরে বলতে হবে। কেমন আছেন আপনারা? Great, thank you. Everybody said hello, which is good, and that's how we need to promote ourselves, understanding the audience. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Questions, clarifications from the group?
No.
Learn out of this session. Okay, know what did you learn out of this session?
We learned marketing, why marketing.
Any idea?
Basically, the marketing method, and within that, like we have learned the 4 P's covering the Siyb.
In Bangladesh,
Yes.
is it right? Okay, so that is what actually really need, because when I am coming from Sri Lanka, I thought because it's new for this Bangladesh, but it's a new practical tool, right? Very good practical tool that can be applied to promote and to, especially to enhance the capacities of the SME. So the challenge is how to take this message to the SME as well as the organization who are dealing with the SME. That is very important. So that is why this lesson is also very important for how to market Siyb in Bangladesh. So I think you need to do more homework to learn some things from the materials that is trainer guide, and also you can add some more things to this and get together and move forward. That is very important. So we need to develop a mechanism how to move forward, right? Okay. At the very beginning, then training, delivering more and follow up, monitoring and evaluation. Then we get the feedback and again design and restarting the cycle. So that is what, and also we completed the session very quickly, the next step of the Siyb training cycle. So thank you very much for being with me and giving your active participation to the session. Thank you.
Right from the beginning of the Siyb training cycle till end, it very clearly explain what you need to do, right? So therefore you don't need to worry about or no need to fear about the Siyb training delivery, because this is, I mean, it's everything is very clearly indicated here. So I mean, now I am going directly to my session. This is selection and training need analysis. So my training objectives is of entrepreneurs for Siyb training intervention or training program. So we stop one big debate in between two of you, some of you, right? What is that? Whether selection come first or TNA come first. Huh? Didn't we?
Yes. Had a small discussion.
Yeah, of course.
Kind of.
Discussion. Yeah. Kind of a debate. Right. What do you think now? Do you think? Still think that TNA need to come first before? No? It's all right?
Yes.
There is no argument on it. Okay. So then we'll proceed, no problem. Okay. So what is selection? People. Right. Right. Okay. Yes, of course, you are very correct. Right. Selection is the process of who can benefit.
Right.
That is the most important thing. Right? We need to be very careful about it. Okay? It's depending on the country to country. I mean, varies country to country. Some countries, people think training is a goods of someone else, that they need to deliver it free. Some countries, not all the countries, right?
But yeah, things are changing.
Yeah.
Organizations are now willing to have training for their
Okay.
companies, and the local leading firms. They are more interested in training.
Right.
They know the value of the training and they are ready to pay for that. They are
Okay.
ready to pay a high price for that. Individual learner in the
Right.
university or in colleges,
Yeah.
students are not that much motivated yet.
Right.
But there is a growing consciousness or awareness among the students that yes,
Yeah.
something extra is needed beyond the course curriculum.
Right. Okay. In such scenario, like the particular group of training, so then we are in a difficult situation. So sometimes they ask us to select those people and do the training just for the sake of training, right? Sometimes. So there you are in a sort of a difficult situation. But again, selection and training is essential, right? Why it is so essential? Right.
They will not come. It is difficult to continue the session.
Well,
only they benefit from this.
no, the question I have raised. I mean, why selection and training needing analysis is important? So rather selection is important.
So they can benefit from the program? No?
Yeah, okay, we'll start from lady. Okay, yes.
Yes, so that they can benefit from the program. They can get the benefit of the program.
Okay, the people, the most needy people can benefit. The people, they come and they just sit and they go and then nothing will happen. Okay, yes, sir.
What I'm actually trying to say that GYB, SYB, and the IYB. So there are certain group of people who are actually fitted for these three. So
Yeah.
selection is very important. Who needs GYB? If we send them to SYB,
Okay.
or the SYB people comes and attend the GYB. So
Okay.
it is.
So that is, it is important to do a training need analysis.
Okay,
That is
comes
what
to-
you are saying. I mean, the importance of training analysis. At the same time, yeah, yes.
Yeah, also I would like to add a couple points. Like, SYAB is for the adults, so the principles of adult learning, if we follow that, like, if we do not have that need, or if the selection is
Very much important.
Yeah,
Yeah,
otherwise
okay.
it ain't going to be effective.
I want to add one more point. That is,
Yeah, sure.
Selection is valuable not from the beneficiary's point of view, but from the trainer's point of view. Because
As well.
More.
whom I want to teach or whom I want to provide the knowledge. Because we, despite all other limitations, despite all other strengths, we have resource limitations, and we need to best utilize of our resources. So we need to go to the person who need most our services. That is, selection is really important.
Okay. Very good. Yes.
Selection point is very important. Needs and desire. Who needs? Who desire.
Desire and needs. Okay, good. Very good.
is customized.
Customizing. Okay.
The organizational growth to
Okay.
start with.
Right.
Because the emphasis has to be on aspiring or ongoing entrepreneurs
Right.
who will go through the training.
Right.
And as an organization who's going to invest, as an entrepreneur, we go into individuals. We are not dealing with organization actually.
Right. Okay.
It is very, very important that individual growth takes place because
when you are organizing the training programs, you have to be very careful, right? Sometimes people willing to pay money. And as an example, in Sri Lanka, one organization, right, one reputed what you call the telecommunication organization. Now they are working with us to train. I mean, as they are CSR, right? So they want to do training program. So what we told them, I mean, it is no point to give. I mean, so they spend all the money to promote themselves, but there we have to be very careful. We said no, not a training. No, what we can give you, we can give you sort of awareness,
Or motivation.
awareness rates,
Yeah, motivation.
motivational program. But when we go for a training programs, we have to be very careful. For the sake. Can you imagine what is the basic criteria? Basic selection criteria for any SIOLD training program.
Potential existing.
Before that, Okay, for potential entrepreneur, it should be, I mean, that is basic one. They are potential low, I mean, they are willing to start a business, so, I mean, those are the people.
And those who can read, write, and calculate.
Partly or
Oh, yeah. Oh, you are reading and giving me the answers. Okay, ma'am. Exactly. Yeah, okay. Right, no problem. There are many people, I mean, who are illiterate and willing to start business, and I mean, like Sri Lanka or any other country. So then what can we do? Yes, so then we need to think about some other product or some other alternatives. Like we have, in Sri Lanka, we have one program we call that Foundation to GYB, Foundation to SYB. That program is, we are basically going for once those selection criteria are not filled by the particular entrepreneur, we direct them to the foundation programs, right? They are for illiterate people, so we use several other techniques to train them. But for this generic programs, definitely, this is the basic, right? Okay, we'll think about other specific ones. GYB, what are the most important things? I mean, if they fulfill that basic criteria and they do not have a business idea, but they are willing to start a business. So, they are the people who we are to direct to the GYB, right? For the SYB, the people who's having concrete business idea in their mind. Okay, I have tested this, I have checked several places from several places. This is my business idea. This now I am going to start this thing. So help me to start my business. Yeah. Or rather, once people follow the GYB training, and then with the GYB training they have generated their own business idea, and then they are coming for the next level. Yes, they are the people for SYB. Right. Normally, IYB all manage business. Here in book, we are saying at least more than 6 months in the business, at least, but preferably more than 1 year, right? Better 1 year or more, right? So then they are good for IYB training programs.
So it can be divided, can it be divided or one training package for GYB, SYB, IYB?
Yeah.
Or can be, or should be. Thing is actually study business and generative.
Business idea.
So should we have 3 separate?
Yes, yes, of
I think
course.
we will use.
Type of people.
The thing is, if we want to conduct or if we intend to conduct training program for this group of people,
Oh.
so should we, I mean,
That shouldn't be a common, you have to select, very especially you have to select the target group and do only that particular training. If you select a person who is suitable for GYP, if you send him for IYB, it's a disaster. If you select a person who he has already in the business, he don't need to regenerate his business.
Not having the business idea or not having the right business idea,
Yeah.
is this similar?
Not having the business idea or not having the right business idea. What do you think, others?
No, I don't think that this is similar, because in case of GIB, lacking feasible business idea. So feasible idea, which is far better.
It's
far
already
advanced.
with specific skills, you know.
And evidence, proof of evidence is there. Evidence is there.
That you can do it.
I'm asking this question because
Yeah,
you know,
sure, definitely.
during the selection process,
Yes.
people may come,
Yes.
you know,
Do the training.
he or she may say, ask you that, ma'am, I have a business idea, and in my case, I'm saying it's feasible, but others saying it's not feasible. So I would
think
like
in
to
that
take the
case, the
training.
responsibility will again come to the trainer.
Exactly.
Exactly, come to the trainer, because we need to understand whether they have the right idea or not. They have the feasible idea. Whether in that case we can ask some business idea from them. Okay, submit your business idea. We'll choose from them.
Even before GYB, we have to introduce the foundation program here as well. So
Exactly.
that's the basic. Otherwise, to develop the awareness and also to bring the people on board.
Organize. The first step should be we can organize a motivational session of SYB.
Yeah.
What is SYB? For what? and how they can be benefited.
Awareness creation
To be-
session,
Yes,
equal.
to be a participant, what should they do? What is the business idea? How can they develop a minimum level of feasible business idea to qualify for GIB? So this sort of motivational or boost camp will help them to come up with a
Under your
yes,
Siyb marketing program, that is what we call the promotion.
awareness generation.
Awareness generation. Exactly, right. A feasible business idea means that, I mean, they are not indicating it. I mean, those ideas are not very complicated ideas, right? I mean, when they are coming to you, I mean, those are.
So in a conclusion, we can say that those who haven't any idea, or those have
Or
idea
not-
but it's not
not
visible,
in the market
they are
as
thinking,
yet.
yeah. So both can participate in GYP.
GYP, of
Otherwise,
course.
what's the point of generating ideas?
Yeah,
Right.
generating, yeah, that is right.
That's
Sure.
the goal.
Yes, someone is trying to say something in this side. Oh, you, yes.
No, I just said that the trainer can understand the physical. It is not possible for trainer to understand. Somebody says that this is my idea. So, oh, it is not feasible, but it is. Oh, okay, it is feasible. It is not.
No. Someone like this, right? I mean, we don't need to go in that direction. But if somebody comes with an idea, say he want to start a, think about. I mean, he's saying that I'm going to start a sewing business. So what you need to ask? Did you check your market? How do you get to know about this idea? Because where are you are going to sell this product, right? Oh no, my neighbor, did you check where they are now buying, right? What are the products they are? Did you check that before? So you can go with sort of questions. Then only you can realize whether he has a good concrete idea or it's just an idea he picked from when he come into the inside to the hall. That can be determined as an experienced trainer. You can determine. So then you can direct him into the proper line. Am I correct?
Yes. It is also if somebody comes their idea and we select them for SY.
Okay.
And after training, he complete his business plan. After this, he think about that idea is feasible or not for me.
Yes.
And then again he changes his idea and he know the how. Now he know the how
Exactly.
he make this business plan.
Exactly.
That is also possible.
Yeah, sure. We'll move to the next step, discuss, right? It's there. The selection interview. You have to conduct a selection interview, right? There you need to evaluate the basic criteria, whether they are fulfill the basic criteria. What is the basic criteria? Whether they can read or write. I mean, or calculate, right? If they are not fulfilling that, so it's no point to continue. And also whether they have a business idea, as you said, right? And so if they don't have business, I mean, in a sense, business idea, in a sense, I mean, if they think that it's in a strong way, concrete way, if not, so we have forwarded to the correct place. Whether they have a small life business, right? Those are the things that you need to do it in your selection interviews. And has a business knowledge. Do they have a business knowledge, right? Person has a business knowledge, okay. So, with that you need to go for the process of desk selection, right? They are, with the participant is selected or not, for which course, how to group participants, all these things that we need to verify. Then, this is the main tool of Siyb. In one hand, it's for the selection, the other hand, it's for the training need analysis. Yeah. So what I will give you a task, right? We need to divide it into 3 groups. Go through the chapter, the page number, end of your book. Yes, that is. Are we standing? SYB entry form, right? That is there. So the group 1, naturally they are taking need to take the GYB, and group 2 SYB, and group 3 IYB. What you need to do is you need to go through the chapter plus this entry form and develop a set of criteria. You ask me what are the how they are to select each member for the particular training program, right? Take the both. All the information are there. All the information are there. So you need to explain to the others how it can be done through this tool and this guideline. Got the point? Got. Okay, shall we divide it into the groups?
As before.
No, only, oh yeah. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All the ones need to be select the GYB, 2, SYB, 3, IYB. Right? Okay? Right. Clear? Clear the task? Do you know what to do? Okay? Okay. Right. Yeah, entry form and yes. Is entry form start with the your what?
And সিলেকশন ক্রাইটেরিয়ার মধ্যে এখানে একটা ক্রাইটেরিয়া দিয়ে দিছে to be selected for the mode they will have to prove that they either have the technical skills or because and yet do not in practice you will often find it difficult to apply rigid selection
Yeah, you need to follow IIB because you have already have business idea. I mean, you have already started business. So then you don't need.
It will not be applicable in theory.
feasible idea to থাকতে হবে feasible থাকতে হবে না if it is yes for SYB candidate you have to intend to
how do you intend to source the startup capital এটা আমাদের জন্য লাগবে SYB
GYB
stop SYB
that's it আমাদের criteria
next page হচ্ছে এগুলো সব হচ্ছে IYB 16 থেকে হচ্ছে IYB দেখেন আগে পেজে
বয়স 16
এই যে দেখেন এখানে IYB শেষ
এই যে
তাহলে আমরা ক্রাইটেরিয়া সেট করে ফেলেছি
এই যে IYB কান্ট্রি পরে যদি
জানেন না একটা
এই
বসে যাও সো আমাদের যদি আমি যেটা মিনিমাম প্রাইমারি আই থিংক
আমি ফর
নতুন পেজ নিয়ে
এক্সপাইরিটাই বাদে বাকিগুলো
ওটা পোস্টারে তুলতে হবে ক্লিক করে নতুন পেজ
ওটা এমনি লাগবে না কারণ এটা আছে
তাহলে আমরা ক্রাইটেরিয়া সেট করে ফার্স্ট অফ অল বেসিক এডুকেশন প্রাইমারি গ্রেডস ক্যাপাসিটি
মেইলে আছে
আচ্ছা এটা ঠিক
কারেক্ট আপনারা কি ইমপ্রুভ করবেন কিসের বেসিস হাউ মেনি জবস ডাজ ইউর বিজনেস প্রোভাইড ইন টোটাল ইনক্লুডিং male, female, the results in taking ABC. How do you calculate the total cost of your products? How do you handle the receipts of purchases? So, এত কিছু ফ্লিপচার্টের লেখা যাবে আচ্ছা এখন তাহলে আমরা ফ্লিপচার্টে কি লিখবো আমাদের কি লাগবে আমাদের দুটো অংশ লাগবে একটা হচ্ছে জেনারেল ক্রাইটেরিয়া এটা বেসিক
আমাদের সাথে হ্যাজ এ
জেনারেল আর
candidate selection criteria. I myself, Fahina Mishukashe, and
I'm Manu Fraser,
and I'm Ofi. Mustafa Roman.
I'm Rujina Sarfar.
okay, I will transfer it. I I will request my co-presenter to present the
Thanks. Now I am discussing about GOIB candidate selections criteria. First of all, we can see the age limitation is 18 plus. It's necessary. Our educations, read and write, the minimum primary level necessary for studying a business. And calculations, basic calculation skills they need. Business involvement, they have no business involvement. Contract business idea, they have no contract business idea. Feasible business idea, yes, they have feasible business idea need for GYB.
Thank you, Obi. Allow me to clarify and add a couple of points. Basically, okay, these are the basic criteria for selecting GYB candidate for the training programs. So you can see that the age limit to start a business is minimum 18 years in Bangladesh. That's why I have put it there. And of course, has to have some education, reading, writing capacity. So it has to go through the primary education's minimum, but the higher is better. No worries. And also. Calculations, because you know what, to start a business or to plan a business, they has to go through lots of calculations, like different sorts of costing, planning. So it has to have some idea to how to calculate the basic calculations. And business involvement. If the person is involved in the business, they don't have to be through the GYB, because it is generating your business ideas. Okay, and also the concrete business idea. If that candidate has a concrete business idea, then the candidate will refer to the SYB, so it doesn't fit for the GYB. And yes, of course, we are looking for feasible business idea. Feasible in terms that at least that candidate has some idea, basic idea about what that candidate is going to do or intend to do. Basically, that's why we mention it as a feasible, not in terms of like feasibility study or something. But okay, he has a basic idea about what that candidate is going to do and how. That's the basic things, and that's the in general and the specific criteria to select candidates for GYB.
If you have any question, you can ask. Just there is no question. One would display the people, this criteria. Is there any criteria that you can say?
Subtract or improve them. There's no priority or less priority. Okay, if that person is has a business idea and able to run a business, it's okay, no worries. Like disability doesn't hold a person to do a business. Yeah.
And last one is feasible business idea.
Yeah.
This is what necessary for GIB.
Yeah, that's what we have already explained. Feasible business idea doesn't actually refer that you have to have a feasibility study on that particular business, but the feasible in a sense that whether the person knows what the business is and how to run it and what the target customers are, at least have some basic idea. Okay, but not in terms of whether it's going to be profitable or not, because you know what, everybody starts a business to make some profit. That's the basic idea behind the business. Okay, but the point is whether it is feasible or not. That's what we have to do in the calculation and the projection, and that's why we have to do the business, generating our business idea. That's why we're in GYB basically.
But say one.
Okay. That's why we have certain criteria for.
Okay. I think there is a small miss.
No. Okay, we'll make a clap for.
Okay.
Thank you. ID or lacking.
Will I use a microphone?
SYB, business criteria and the selection tools. To select the participant for the SYB training, we have to go through some business criteria like whether or not they have the concrete business idea. If they have the concrete business idea, then they are the perfect participant for the SYB training. And also they should have a technical skill to develop their business or have the means to access the technical skill to grow their business. And as well as they should have a finance to start their business.
Very good afternoon to all, and I'm Selim to start the selection process of SYB training. You know, we'll train the entrepreneur to develop the businessman. So there's some selection process too that we follow to selection process. Selection first of selection interview and then desk selection. If we go to selection interview, there are some process to do it. If the participants come to us and we'll go to them, it's a two process, or they will come to us and we will go to their door. If they come or we go, we have to talk to them 10 to 15 minutes on the basis of our entry form. We have an entry form. You have to do it in your trainer's guide. It is you know to all about that entry form. We talk to our participants on the basis of entry form. Those who fill up our criteria, as we select them as SYB participants. And then we have to desk selection. We have to hear some objectives which basis to select SYB participants. This type of business activity who will go to the same business. We'll have a group of the SYB training, and the age group. If we select a group of SYB training, will be same group, or will be the minimum or maximum. We hear the age limit, and we also divide them size of business, which type of business they will start, and we divide them into the same criteria. So we have a selection process. If we have a good process, we pick up a good participants. And that's all from me. And now Mr. Ashraf will discuss about SYB selection tools. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. SYB selection tools very important for selection. So you have seen already is general entry form of SYB. So our entry form is SYB. So 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. GYB and it is applicable GYB and SYB. SYB very important, applicable to selection concrete business idea. They have a clear idea of business. They are target group. So business skill is very important as YB selection tools for entry form. 11, number 11, entry form number 11 criteria: have you undergone technical and vocational training? Yes, we have. 13, do you have a concrete business idea? Yes. 14, please describe your business idea in details. We set up decks, our target group, for describe some idea for our selection. 15, how do you intend to source the startup capital? We know the various question and our main source of fund for your business. So start up our next 16 to another point of entry form IUB, not the SYB. So This is our main phase of concrete business idea, clear business idea. They are our target group. Thank you.
And one of our friends, he will actually do the presentations. The 4 area that will be covered is written here. We'll cover IYB, IYB selections, the generic one, and that will be the last one. So just for your easy reference and to be with us, we are trying to highlight it like that, but our best friend, that person will actually do the presentations.
Thank you, sir. Our topic.
Yes, it looks very good.
This is the idea. This is a good idea, I think so.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, now I am going to details.
Wait.
Innovative.
Yes. Always.
If you innovative and new ideas, so you learn more things, maybe.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Our topics IYB training selection criteria. Actually, we are 5 members here, and I think all of established businessmen. So how to improve our business? So you have two criteria, basic criteria and specific criteria. So first of all, name. You should name, address, sex, age, education, can read and write. Are you current in business? Actually, this is a basic criteria. Now I move to specific criteria. Current business activity. Maybe I'm consultant in National Productivity Organization, so I have business activity. So I deliver lecture, various audience and line of business position. I'm research officer and business premises, maybe my office, and value of investment. Yes, of course, you have to go to business, so you invest money, number of jobs. Yes, I have a lot of people, knowledge about business management. Actually, if you want to business, so you control sell promotion, predict sales, how calculate profits. This is a essential. That's all about. And the summarize, sir.
Okay, then two criteria. One is general. General aspect means the name, information, general information, and other is the specific criteria. These criteria, if they fill up these things, then we understand whether he has in business or not, and how many days he in business. If it is more than 6 months, and I think a dictionary will just sort out for IoT. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No. Dictionary will just sort out for IoT. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No. Already that one explained. Yes, it's gone through. It's not indicated here, but this one is the key point.
No, those are key points. Those are selection. I mean, this is TNA.
This is TNA.
Yeah, this is need analysis.
Use this.
This is the key.
Yes.
Because you are the people having a set of training need analysis questions in your tool, right? This is very much important. Please be mindful.
Yes.
This is very much important.
From this we select this
because the other two groups, they are not reaching this this level.
It was out of our scope.
Yeah, they are out of their scope. In your scope, you have to go through those questions.
It is already there. It is already there. This key points is there.
Here. How? So that you
yeah, I know.
Okay. So this is basically clear. That's what you need to say to the group. Okay, that's all right.
Okay,
I have. We can explain again. If you want, we can
sir,
explain.
yes, I have one more thing. Would you please go to the first page? Criteria. Okay, name, address, sex.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be the criteria.
Okay, thank you.
Business one or two we
No,
are.
no need to argue.
But that is a problem. That's why it is also a criteria. And education. He has no any education. So what can we do? So it is also a criteria.
If you don't mind, then from the name we can understand.
No. I think
From the name, when I'm selecting someone and the business is something different, this is one of the very important things.
Sir, if I'm not wrong, in the entry form there is a 6 point ethnicity.
Yeah, it's okay.
Ethnicity. So
This is the criteria.
ethnicity can be
Being a trainer, you can assess from these what sometimes you cannot say like that way in different places. Some environment is there, so that's why you can assess from here. That's why this is the criteria.
Okay, thank you.
Question is about to give you how to organize your presentation. It's only take half an hour, and then we need to go for your practical session, some practical session. I will explain it. Shall we do it after this session, immediately after this session? Shall we do that part as well, or are you fit on to do that, or do we need to go for lunch? What do you think?
Lunch is first because I'm hungry.
Okay.
So this one, for if you say like.
But is lunch ready?
How many times needed for this session?
This session only need half an hour. Briefing.
Yes, we can go for half an hour.
What about you, sir?
No,
if it is if a single person is hungry, so then it's no point to conduct it. Huh?
Half an hour, no problem.
Okay.
You already convincing you.
Right.
I'm convinced.
each others, and then with that you learn more about this, and the others also can learn about what is this subject as well, right? That is the idea. So to prepare for that, we have a preliminary session, right? We call that effective presentation skills, part 2. The part 1 you have conducted two days ago. So Mohan conducted that. What are the delivery part of your session, right? So now it's this position or structure your program, right? Today I am going to discuss that part. So my session objective is, at the end of this session, you can improve your skills on planning and delivering a presentation, right? To support that, I will give you a group exercise which will happen after the lunch. During the lunch time, you can discuss and you can prepare yourself. It's very interesting one, right? I will give you 2 topics for 4 groups. There is two subgroups. One group is presenting a 10 minutes presentation on one particular interesting topic which is currently happening. The other groups need to argue on that, right? Basically, they have to make a counter argument on that, right? With that, we will see your presentation abilities and all this, right? This will be will be going to what you call the documented, or we are going to video it, one person presentation, and then we will replay it, and we'll see what are the things that he has made. What are the mistakes he made, or what are the good things he done during his presentation. Okay, right. That is the end of after this presentation. That is what we are going to do. So then, now I am going to discuss with you about the how you can organize how you can plan for a presentation. Right? I know most of you are trainers. You know it, but just to rehearse or refresh your knowledge. Right? What is the most important factor or a most important thing that you expect from the audience after a presentation?
Outcome, yeah. What is the most important thing?
Learning outcome of that presentation.
Okay, with the presentation, you go for a presentation. What is the most important? Yeah, it has to be cross-over, right? So what I am trying to tell, that message need to be cross-over. That means the audience must understand and must confident about what I am going to tell, right? The confidence, building confidence between yourself and myself. If I am confident, you are confident, right? About everything is, I mean, you are confident. You are going out with a confident knowledge or confident skills, right? So that is what we require. In a presentation, basically, we expected that. To build, to have a confident presentation, what you really need in theory, it talks about 3 pillars. We call 3 pillars, right? What is? There are 3 pillars. The number one is structure of your presentation. If you structure your presentation in a way that everybody can develop their confidence, it has a lot of, impact. And the second thing is, the next thing is your arguments, your logics. What is presentation is? It's all about logic. You are building an argument, and then you are supporting it, and then you are proving it. You are proving. So with that, if I am saying something debatable, you are not create a confidence with that subject. So then you have to develop a good argument. So that is the second one, right? Second stage. What is the third one? Right? Stimulations. During the presentation and during the this thing, you need to give sort of a stimulation to develop this confidence. It's over and over and over and over and again. So then only you can build a good confidence among your listeners, audience. So to do that, what we can do, there are several rules need to be followed. We call the golden rules of confident presenter. What are those? You need to be adhere all the time. What is it? First one, believe in your own strength. Don't undermine, never undermine yourself. Believe yourself first. You go in front of any audience with that courage, right? That should be there. If you are not believing you, how come the others believe you? Can't be. First, believe yourself. Go with the number one golden rule to be a good presenter. Number two, what it means? Yeah. What it means? Can somebody explain it?
Yes.
Seek routine through practice. Practice, practice, practice. Yeah, even in front of the mirror. To practice. How are you using your hands? Your gestures. No, that day we discussed. The gestures, the eye contacts. How can you keep all these things, right? Everything. How can you use a good objects for my presentation? Purposely. Use purposely. Right? Then only you can be a good presenter. Right? All the other things. Using time. We call it, no? The chronics, or using the space, using the touch. What are the things that I need to do? Practice, 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 right? And prepare thoroughly and in time. Never, ever go for a presentation without preparation. No matter how experienced you are. You can see a lot of experienced people, when you are inviting them, they are not prepared. What they are doing? They just come in front of you and start, only what they are saying is related to the topic is the name of the topic. Isn't it?
only thing that they are saying related to the topic is reading the topic. What they are saying, they just start talking, going here and there, and then again there, and I going round and round, and then sometimes it's a very nice story, right? But again, it not serve the purpose, right? It not develop the confidence, right? To be a confident, so then you need to do that, right? And avoid last minute changes into a script. This is very important. Don't make last minute changes. There might be some you feel it is not relevant, or it's do you need to add more thing? Don't do that in the last minute. Then you will avoid that part. That's all right. But changing last minute in your presentation, it make you sometimes you in a difficult situation, right? That is not good. And sorry.
But in my cases, always last week I just
well, yeah, okay, no problem. So you have the golden or the platinum rule or something like that. Those are golden rules. Anyway, the next thing, visualize your key points. Yeah, of course, true. That in your presentations in future, I mean in coming days, do that, right? Familiarize yourself with the venue and equipment. Just come before one day, at least one day before. Few minutes before where you are going to do the presentation, and prepare for and get familiarized with those. Otherwise, you are in trouble, right? The last minute you don't know what is happening. People are coming in this way, so you are in panic situation, right? So know your audience beforehand. To whom am I going to talk, right? And the last rule, always have a backup plan for any emergency situation. Well, power failures can be. When you come into here, we believe that all the books will arrive here on time, and that can be done. If we come as it is, so we are in a great trouble. We were in a great trouble. Unfortunately, we think that if something went wrong, there might be a solution. So then we took some sets of books, so we were able to manage the situation. So something like that. Be ready for that. This is the last rule. Okay, when you are organizing your session, all the sessions, you need to divide it in this way. What is this? There are 3 components in a presentation. I think you know that, right? What is the first one is the introductory phase. How much time you need to allocate for that? No matter what is the length of your presentation. 10%. Yeah, 10% you need to allocate for that, right? The body, the main part of the presentation, how much you need to allocate for that? At least, yeah, you can reduce this 10% and the 15% from that point. So then 25%, yeah, 75% is the main part of your presentation. The balance is conclusion, right? Take a time to conclude your session. Sorry?
I'm actually using the CBT format of thing.
Okay, right. Right. So what you need to do during each component? In introductory phase, what it is and why it is important. You must give that. Otherwise, people don't know why people don't think. People must start thinking, why we are hearing this? We know this, right? If I start saying all these things, because I know everything, you know it before, right? If I start saying the golden rules, hey, what this man is talking about? We know it better than this person. You might be, but I told you, you need to use this. There's a purpose.
tomorrow onward you are going to have your own presentations. So then it is better to refresh. Oh, yes, you build that confidence. And then you start listening it. Because there is a need for it. Yeah, think about it. Right? So that component is always about what is and why it is important to do. You have to give that idea. Right? The next one is how to do it. Your arguments, your main arguments, or your main logic should be there. One by one, one by one, one by one. Right? Then you need to take the whole presentation into your utmost position, the presentation climax, be told, right? You have to build your argument in such a way, reach that level, the peak. Then only you need to come down and then you can start synthesizing or a conclusion, right? To go for a conclusion. That is the way of or structure of best presentation. You are structurized. You are very much on topic. You are very much on your arguments. You are very much strong. Nobody will say, hey, this man is saying bullish. I mean, what this man is talking about? No, nothing. You are man or woman, sorry. Right? So both. So you have to be prepared for that. That's it, right? It's okay? Shall I move?
Yes.
There, all the time, there are two curves. The one curve, which kills us, and which always try to bury us. We always try to send us into the graveyard. What is that? The people attention curve. Yes, it goes down, but you need to keep it up. You need to stimulate all the time to people. That
4 groups, but 2 groups will fight with each other. Other 2 groups will fight each other. So I will give you, please divide it into 4 groups, and please come, appoint a group leader, and please come all the group leaders. 1 and 2 going together, and 3 and 4 going together, right? So I will give a topic to the group, 2 topics to the group 1 and 3, and the 2 and 4 will talk against to that topic, right? Okay.
2,
yes,
3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody sleeping?
2,
3, 4.
Okay, yeah, please. You added and you go to the there and appoint a group leader, and then yes, please.
Number 4.
Go to Samya and appoint a group leader, and group leaders. I'll